Do you know about Karan Johar's rapid fire questions in his Coffee with Karan? Not only he is asking at your home every day, you as a parent facing a lot of rapid fire questions from your child, like Mama, why the bird is flying? Mama, why the sky is blue? Mama, why can't I have a superpower? In this way, is your child asking a lot of endless questions and making you feel overwhelmed? Then in that case, what you should be doing? A children who is asking a lot of questions is a way they try to understand this whole world. But when they are trying to understand this world out of curiosity, people around them become overwhelmed and also become insensitive at certain times, trying to say, shut up your mouth, don't ask too much questions, don't you have any other work? So these kinds of questions makes the child feel discouraged and stop them from being curious. As a parent, we should be able to manage our emotions as well as we should not discourage their curiosity. How do we do this? In this video, I'm going to explore about how to manage the endless questions from your child with these 5 simple ways. Before knowing these ways, subscribe to our channel. Myself Rohini, your natural frequency parenting coach. Parents of Abdul Kalam and parents of Einstein did not stop them from asking any questions. These children were kept asking a lot of questions looking at their surroundings, and the answers which they got from their parents and teachers made them the greatest scientists of the century. If you are a parent, you have to help your child develop their curiosity without overwhelming yourself. So these are the 5 simple ways by which you can do it. Number 1. Validate their curiosity. Whenever a child is looking around and going around and seeing a lot of things, they will definitely have thousands of questions, and they will have the only person who can answer is the parents. So they look out to the parents and ask them a lot of questions. This can be overwhelming. Not necessary that you have to answer all those questions. Instead, you can tell them, I'm so happy and surprised that you are asking such a curious question. You're a very curious child. These words will actually make them feel acknowledged and feel valued about themselves. And secondly, when the parents are going to really encourage the child, the children are going to explore more and more. As parents, we do get overwhelmed when the children ask a lot of questions. Maybe we don't know the answer or we don't have time to answer. Instead of answering the questions, why don't you value your child? From here, you go to the next point, that is having a questioning jar. In your home, have a creative way to ask questions to you. For example, you can have a jar at your home and you can give a lot of sticky notes to your children where the children can draw their questions or write their questions into it and put it inside a jar. You can tell your child, instead of asking me endlessly a lot of questions, you can write it in your paper or write it in a notebook, tear the paper and put it inside a questioning jar where all your questions will be stored so that you don't forget it. In this way, you can manage the child's curiosity without being stopping them. When we as a child were growing, our parents actually stopped us from asking a lot of questions, telling us, go do your work. Instead of we adopting the same method, we can actually make the child write their questions and keep their curiosity box on a separate place. From here, we are going to travel to the third point, which is the answering time. Answering time will be the most exciting time. Now you can ask your child to bring their curiosity box where you can sit inside a corner or in a couch or in a place where you feel comfortable to sit and answer all the questions which you know. And answers which you don't know, you don't have to bother much, but start answering the questions of your child for about 15 to 20 minutes and set a place for the same where the child will feel excited about knowing the answers and add some humorous answers to it so that your child also will feel every next day to wait for such answering time. From here, we can go to the fourth point, which is encourage self-discovery. Instead of choosing to answer all the questions, you can question back your child and start asking questions to them to discover their own answers. You can ask questions like, what do you think about this? Do you think this is the way that it happens? What is your answers? Like that you can ask questions. Or you can tell them, let's find out the answers by going to a library. Let's find out the answers and see what the professor has to say. Let's find out in a science museum. In this way, what you can do is, instead of you answering the questions to them, help them discover more answers by themselves. When a child finds the answers for a question by themselves, they develop a lot of self-confidence within them and makes them feel a sense of achievement within themselves. Number 5. It's okay to say, I don't know. Normalize in a parent-child relationship that saying I don't know is something not shameful, but it's something acceptable. Whenever somebody asks us a question from a relative side or someone from outside, we always tend to say that I know the answers. But many of the people do not understand saying I don't know is actually a strength and a powerful word. When we don't know something, we can truly express that I don't know. In the same way, tell your child if you don't know the answers, actually I don't know the answers, or I'm not sure about the answers. Come together and find out what is the answer. Because we have to pass on a thought into our child that accepting something that I don't know is a strengthful way to open up ourselves to ask more questions and learn from it, and it's not a shameful act to say I don't know. As parents, when we know that why the child is asking a lot of questions, then we can help them guide better to a well-being for themselves and makes them feel good and confident about themselves. So I would like to say every why is a chance for a parent to bond and learn along with your child. Comment below in the comment box any beautiful intelligent questions asked by your child. Let us also read and enjoy it. Myself Rohini, your natural frequency parenting coach.